All right. So this says 1.8 mixed up code practice. And all right, now Makayo's coming in. All right. So 1.8 mixed up code practice. And it's asking me to, we've done this before, but it's asking me to organize the code in the right order. Okay. So just try to solve each of the following mixed up code problems, or try the experimental switch between mixed up and right code versions. All right, so we're going to drag these blocks. Some of them have extra blocks. And it says the following program, the first example, says the following program segment should print Maria's name, her first name on one line and her last name on the next line. The blocks have been mixed up. So the first thing we need to do is we need to declare and initialize our variables. Notice how we've declared our variables and initialized them in the same line. Okay. Then we have to print them out. Okay. So we want to print out first name. It's important to drag the second block over, right? Because first name, if you look at the variable first name, it's camel case, where if you look right here, first name is a lowercase, which does not match up with this, which is a common mistake. All right. Then we want to use the last name. Make sure it's using print line and not just print, because it said we want it on two separate lines. If I check it, it says perfect. It only took you one time. Good job. All right. Next one. It says the following program segment should print the words to a famous poem, but the blocks have been mixed up. Drag the blocks from left to right in the correct order. Okay. This one seems easy. Roses are red, violets are blue. This is just printing out. This one's incredibly easy, right? Roses are red, violets are blue, sugar is sweet, and so are you. Check. All right. That was an easy one. The next one, the main method in the following class should print Marcus's name on one line and his favorite color on the next line, but the blocks have been mixed up. Drag the needed blocks from left to right. All right, so the main method we're dealing with should print Marcus's name and his favorite color on the next line. All right, so first we have to start off with our class, right? It's called test one in this case. Our main method, dragging our main method out there. We always start with our main method. That's where the program looks to start executing the code. Okay. We want to be able to declare and initialize our variables. We have a string called name, and we're going to assign it the value Marcus. We have a string called color, and assign the value blue. All right. And then we want to print out his name. Choose the one with the lowercase name. That's important. So block 6. And then we want to print the color. System.out.println color. And then we have to close our main method. Notice the comment says end main method. And then we're going to close our class. Notice that with every open curly brace, you have to have a closed curly brace. See how those line up? That's a nice programming practice. All right, see how these line up right here as well. So that's what I got. I'm going to go ahead and run it. And it says perfect. All right, next one. The following program segment should figure out the cost for each shirt if they are buy two and get the third free. And they're originally $45 each. Okay, so first, what we want to do is we want to declare the original price. It's a double. Okay, the price is $45. So it looks like the initial price is. And then it says the price per shirt is equal to the total cost divided by 3. And also there's a total cost equals price times 2. Okay. So once again, if we're taking a look at this, it says, what's the cost of each shirt if they are buy two and you get the third free? Okay. So we have our double price is $45. We also have the total cost. If we look at block 2, the price per shirt is equal to the total cost divided by 3. But if we're using total cost, we probably first have to be aware of the price here, right? And if we're using price per shirt, we have to declare the variable before we use it, right? So we declared price, we then used price, we declared total cost, and then used the total cost. And then we're going to print out the total. Okay. If we would flip-flop any of these, right? You're saying price per shirt is equal to total cost divided by 3. The computer's looking at that and thinking, I don't know what total cost is. I need to first declare the total cost, right? So let's check it. Okay, so it should read 3, 4, 2, 1 in that order. Okay, we declared the price, it's 45 bucks. Okay, we then took the price and multiplied it by 2. Okay, and then the price per shirt, we're taking that cost and dividing it by 3, and that gives you what the price is per shirt. If it's buy 2, get 1 free. Okay, the following program segment should figure out the cost per person for a dinner, including the tip. All right, so let's take a look at this. So I have double total is equal to the bill plus tip. I first want to be able to initialize some of this. So I'll pull out a few of these that are initializing values. And then we'll reorder them later. I'm just dragging these out. Okay. My total has to go here because I have my bill plus the tip, right? If I don't know the bill and I don't know the tip, then that's a problem. I'm going to drag this one down to the bottom because I have total divided by num people. I need to first know the total, and the total is declared right here. I need to know the bill before I figure out the tip, right? They give you the bill. Originally, when you tell the waiter, all right, I want the bill, they give the price. Then you figure out the tip based off of the bill. Then once that's been calculated, you add the bill and the tip together to get the total. And then once you get down to the next part, you're determining the number of people. And we want to figure out if we're taking the total and dividing by the number of people that are there. And then we're printing out the last one, system.out.println per person cost. Okay. We want to print that out because that's the name of our variable. It's not per person cost lowercase. Sometimes I get things wrong. Let's check it. Looks like it's right. All right. That's what it looks like. All right, moving on. It says the main method in the following class should print the number of seconds in 5 days. It's a lot of seconds. So let's create there's our class. Let's write our main method. That's how we would start off writing our program. And now we have some variables to initialize here. Okay, and then it looks like this one is using the minutes, the hours, and the day, right? And then being able to take that total, creating an integer called total and multiplying however many seconds are in a day. So S in minute is seconds in minute, or 60 seconds in a minute. Minutes in hour, there's 60 minutes in an hour. And then hours in a day is 24. And we're multiplying, in order to find the seconds in a day, you take the seconds in a minute, 60 seconds, multiply the minutes in the hour, that's 60, multiply hours in the day times 24. And that should give you how many seconds are in the day. So we're multiplying it by 5 because that would give you 5 days. All right. Also notice if we're looking back up here, when we said public class, class was lowercase. And down here, make sure public class is lowercase. They try confusing you with number 9, right? And they said public class and they capitalize that C. All right, then once we're done that, we're going to print it all out. We're going to close our main method, and then we're going to end our class. So walking through it, our main method inside our class, we declare our variables, we initialize them, We then did some calculations using multiplication. We then multiplied it by 5 for the number of days, 5 days. We printed it out, and then we closed our main method and end our class. Let's check and see if I'm right. Looks like I got it right. All right. The main method in the following class should calculate the number of months it would take you to save 500. Take you to save 500 if you make, I'm guessing that's supposed to be dollars. Number of months it would take to save $500 if you make $50 a week. They didn't include the dollar symbol, but all right. So we're always got to open up our class. We're going to use our main method. Okay. Looking at some of these variables here, declaring some of our variables. Our weekly rate was $50 a week. Our goal is $500. Okay. Then we have num weeks, right? Num weeks is equal to whatever the goal is divided by the weekly rate. Well, we've already declared right above it. And the number of months is taking whatever we came up with the num weeks and dividing it by 4. And then we'll print out whatever we have here, system.out.println, num months. We'll close it then as well. Okay. They tried confusing us with this one, public void main instead of public static void main. All right, let's see if I got it right. Maybe I got something wrong. Nope, looks like it's right. All right, the way I'm going through this mostly is by looking and seeing what each variable is required below it, right? In order for this line 4 to work, right, we need a goal. So I know I have to post what the goal is above it. If I don't have the goal, it won't run. Okay, it moves sequentially. Okay, the main method in the following class should print the name on one line, followed by the age on the next line. So I'll open up my class, take my main method here, and I'll have to first declare initialize Layla, who's 16 years old. Your name is, trying to find the difference between these two. System out, your name is, okay, concatenation, that's the only thing that's different. All right, so block 1, your name is, and then your age is. The problem with this block right here is that there's no plus symbol, right? There's no concatenation. That's a problem. Close my main method, close my class. Okay. Class, main method, declare initialize variables, print out, close it, close it. Check it, correct. The main method in the following class should print the name on one line, the favorite field on the next line. All right. They've given us more blocks now. Open the class. Public static void main string args. And then we got to open it. And then we want to declare our variables and initialize them. We want to print them out. Your name is blank. What's the difference between that? System.println. Oh, okay. See how it's system.println says system.out.println? That's a problem. And then we want to close it. We want those to line up with our main method. And then we want these to line up with our class. Okay. So the curly braces right there line up. These curly braces line up. We declared our variable and initialized them. We printed them out. Check it. Looks good. All right, a few more. The main method in the following class should calculate the cost of a trip that is 200 miles when the price of gas is $2.20 and the miles per gallon, oh my gosh, $2.20 for gas. That sounds awesome right now. I drove to New Jersey this weekend and it was $5.30. Plus in New Jersey, you can't pump your own gas. You got to tip them too. Like whenever you go up there, you can't like actually grab the handle and pump it. Yeah, there's a gas attendant that grabs it. So you got to pay extra for. No, in Jersey, it's illegal to pump your own gas. It's illegal. It's illegal to pump your own gas. You can't touch the pump. There's people, it's their full-time job to pump your gas. And you got to tip them afterwards too. Right? Fun fact. What's that?
Probably not going to get tipped very long.
Yeah, probably not many people. I'm about to ride my bike to school every day. All right. Public class test 1. All right. So once again, the cost of the trip, that's 200 miles and the price per gas is $2.20 and the miles per gallon is 40. So we want to be able to have our main method here. Let's go ahead and open it with our curly braces. Let's initialize and declare initialize these variables right here. And then let's say the number of gallons. We're casting double into miles and dividing it by miles per gallon. Then we want to find the total cost, how much it's going to cost. We want to print that out. The reason why we're not using this one is because it just says system.println instead of system.out.println. We're going to close our curly braces right here, line them up, and close our curly braces. Whoops, like that. All right, so it should read 3, 6, 5, 2, 7, 1, 4, 8, 9. Okay. So we got, let's see if we're right. So far, so good. All right. The main method in the following class should calculate how many miles you can go on a half tank of gas if the miles per gallon is 26 and your tank holds 15 gallons. I drove up to New Jersey and I had like, I don't know, 20% of my gas tank left. The gas light wasn't on yet, but I purposely tried to make it all the way home to Maryland so I didn't have to pay an extra few dollars for gas. Yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts. Public class test 1, opening our class. We're going to go ahead and open up our main method. Let's have our opening curly brace as well. Let's initialize some variables. Okay. Let's figure out the number of gallons our tank holds, right? And then let's also figure out the miles. We're multiplying num gallons by miles per gallon. Let's then print all that out. Let's close it, close that main method, and let's close the class. So I've initialized and declared initialized miles per gallon, 26 miles per gallon, a variable called the tank hold. It's going to hold 15. I then create a variable called num gallons. Okay, I'm going to cast it as a double. How much that tank holds is 15 divided by 2 because I only have half tank. And I'm going to check it and good to go. All right, so we left off. Let's see where we left off. We left off on this one. And I'll zoom in. Okay, it says the main method in the following class should calculate how many chicken wings you can buy with $3.50 if the wings are 60 cents each. All right, so we know we're creating a main method. So first, I got to open up my class. We'll talk more about classes later. We just need to know that you need to create a class to put the main method in. And you don't have to name your class test 1. That's just what they decided to name it. All right, so I'm starting my main method. I'm going to open my main method. I'm going to, and now I have a choice between 2 and 9. Int is not used for decimals, so I'm going to use double. I'm declaring my variables and initializing them. All right. Then what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to determine how many chicken wings. And notice that the number of wings is an integer. That's important because you can't get like 0.3 of a chicken wing. Can you imagine if they just like gave you like a piece of a chicken wing? So that's what you got. Then we're going to print it out. Then we're going to close our main method. And then we will close our class. All right. So once again, this is what it should look like. You have your 5, 1, 6, 9, 4, 3, 8, 7. Right. You have your class. You have your main method. You have your money, how much it costs. Now, notice that instead of 60 cents, they put 0.6. Same thing. Right. That's fine. Same as 350. Let's check it. Looks like I got it right. It says the main method in the following class should calculate how much you will have to pay for an item that is 60% off the original price of $52.99. This is the kind of math that like I feel like needs to continuously be like taught. A lot of word problems. Some of you guys take higher level math, and that's great and all, but there's so many real world examples that I feel like a lot of majority of the population don't know. They'll go to the store and try to figure out which one's cheaper and don't even know where to begin. All right. So let's go ahead and start this. Here's our class. We got to put a main method in there. We got to open our main method. And here's what I'm going to do. Check this out. I'm going to close my main method and I'm going to close my class just so that way I'm going to eventually put things between the 2 and the 5, but just so that way I'm used to that, right? We know that it's not int price and we know it's not int discount. It's double price and double discount. All right. And then I'm going to find out what the savings is and create a variable called savings. So I'm going to take the price and multiply it by the discount. I'm then going to find the final price by taking the price and subtracting whatever the savings was. Then we'll print it out. Okay. Open class, open main method, curly brace, declare and initialize our variables. This one we're doing some mathematical arithmetic calculations. This one as well. And then we're printing out the final price. All right. Let's see if we got it right. Looks good. Last one. Knew we were close to being done. Last one. The main method in the following class should calculate how much the per item costs is. The per item costs is for shorts that are buy 2 and get the 3rd free. That just sounds weird. The shorts are $39 each. All right, so let's take a look. Open our class and let's close our class. Let's open our main method, or sorry, let's write our main method. Let's open with curly brace and close with a curly brace. And typically when you're writing code, the reason why I'm doing this now is because that's where you would start. If you like are putting your curly braces in at the very end, then you might forget them. Okay. Sometimes it's good just to start like this and then put things in there. All right. So the first thing I want to do is I want to list my price. All right. My price is $39.99. And it says, calculate the per item cost for shorts that are buy 2 and get the 3rd free. Okay, so 3 and 8. Okay, so I'm going to choose 8 because 8 has a semicolon at the end and 3 does not have a semicolon at the end. That's the reason why. Okay, then I'm going to take my price for 2, divide it by 3, and I get item price. And then I'm just going to print it out. All right, open class, main method, open curly brace, declare initialize the price, multiply the price by 2. Once I've multiplied it by 2, divide by 3 because I'm getting the third one for free, and then find the per item price. Check it, got it right. All right, you've attempted 15 out of 15. I've completed it, well done. If it says completed, well done, Daniel, I'm not sure what's going on with yours. Sorry that keeps on. Maybe something with internet access and so I have 1.8 mixed up code.